A thick fog hovered low in the early jungle morning. It muffled the sound of footsteps, making it hard to hear anything. Danger could be lurking close by, and you might not even realize it. In the distance, a large herd of zebras grazed calmly along a damp riverbank. The zebras were wary and kept moving, always ready to run if they needed to. Among them trotted a young zebra, barely a few months old. His name was Echo. Echo was curious about everything, especially butterflies. Their colors were so bright against the green plants, and he loved watching them flutter from flower to flower. He was playing with a friend. They were chasing a beautiful butterfly with blue wings. It was flitting and dancing among the tall grasses near the river. Echo wanted to catch it, so he ran after it. His little hooves beat a happy tattoo on the soft ground. He could almost touch it, almost just a little further. But then, oh dear, he slipped. His tiny hooves suddenly lost their grip on the wet soil. The ground beneath him seemed to have turned into a pool of soup. He tried to keep his balance, but it was too late. Down he went with a splash. The young zebra landed on his side. His eyes popped open in surprise. He struggled to get up, but the more he moved, the deeper he sank. His legs couldn't find the bottom. The wet mud stuck to him, pulling him down. Echo cried out. His voice rang sharp and thin in the morning air. Panic rippled through the herd. All the adult zebras lifted their heads. They saw Echo struggling in the deep mud. They wanted to help him, but how? Meanwhile, Echo was getting more and more scared. He tried and tried to get himself upright, but his little body just wouldn't listen. He was sinking deeper and deeper, and all he could do was scream and scream. When the other zebras saw that Echo was in big trouble, they moved closer to the spot where he was stuck. His mother reached out with her nose and touched his back. She wanted to pull him out, but the mud was too thick and slippery. It would take too long to free Echo. From somewhere in the thick underbrush nearby, a pair of eyes watched the commotion. They were cold and unblinking. A hyena twitched its ear and listened to Echo's cries. The hyena smelled fear on the wind, and it made her tummy rumble with excitement. She had 3 cubs waiting to be fed, and a tasty zebra snack would be just the thing. A jackal sniffing the breeze also caught the scent of fear. He had been searching for food since sunrise, but no luck. Until now, the jackals started creeping closer. It was dangerous to go so close to a bunch of angry zebras, but the thought of a nice zebra breakfast made him brave. The leopard, sitting high up on a low branch, twitched its tail with interest. The spotted cat had been stalking a different prey, but Echo's cries brought her down to earth. From this height, she could see everything clearly. She saw the hyenas and jackals gathering. They were making a circle around the struggling young zebra. Now, Echo was chest deep in the thick black muck. He couldn't move his legs anymore. He was too tired and scared. When he looked around, he saw the hyenas and the jackals getting closer. They were moving fast and silently. They were closing in on him. Echo didn't know what these animals wanted, but he knew that he had to do something. He couldn't just sit there and wait. He kicked his legs and screamed again. Maybe if he made enough noise, the zebras would come and save him. Or maybe the tall, scary giraffe with the long neck would come to his rescue. But the zebras couldn't reach him, and the giraffe wasn't anywhere in sight. What Echo didn't see was that the predators were almost upon him. The hyena was just a few steps away, ready to pounce. At that moment, Echo's mom was at the edge of the muddy patch. She felt fear squeezing her heart, but there was nothing they could do. She watched helplessly as the hyena prepared to strike, but just then, something amazing happened. A deep trumpeting sound echoed through the trees. The zebras lifted their heads. The hyenas froze, and the leopard dropped gracefully to the ground. Through the tall trees, they saw a magnificent matriarch elephant emerge. She was huge and strong, and everyone respected her. She had 2 calves with her, and they were playing happily nearby. The elephant walked majestically toward the zebras. As she came closer, the zebras parted to let her through. She stopped when she saw the struggling zebra trapped in the mud. She also noticed the hyenas and jackals forming a ring around the helpless foal. Without a word or a sound, the elephant charged, her ears flapping in the wind. The jackals scattered, and the hyenas growled and ran away. Even the leopard slunk away into the shadows. Only the elephant stood tall and proud. The elephant stomped toward the mud. Her eyes were calm and focused. With her trunk raised high, she gently lowered herself and wrapped her massive trunk around the zebra's small body. She knew exactly what to do. Carefully, she pulled on the trunk, trying not to hurt the zebra. The mud squelched and sprayed, but slowly, the zebra started to rise. The elephant pulled some more, and with a loud squelch, the baby zebra popped free from the thick muck. The little zebra fell onto the ground on his knees. He was coughing and spluttering, but he was free. He looked up at the elephant and saw her trunk raised high. He didn't know why she had helped him, but he knew he had to thank her. He knew that elephants are usually kind and gentle, but this elephant was different. She was a hero. The mother zebra rushed over to her baby. She licked his face and nuzzled him. She was so grateful to the elephant. She knew that without her help, her baby would have been lost. The elephant stood tall and proud. She didn't need the zebras, thanks. She had done what she had to do. She turned and walked back toward the forest. She didn't look back to see if anyone was following her. She just kept walking. The zebras watched her go, and they whispered among themselves. They told stories about the brave elephant who had saved a zebra's life. They knew they would never forget what she had done. As for Echo, he learned an important lesson that day. He learned that even when things seem scary and hopeless, help can come from the most unexpected places. He also learned that being kind and helping others is always the right thing to do. And so the news of the elephant's bravery spread through the jungle like wildfire. All the animals told tales of her courage and strength. And whenever a young animal was scared or in trouble, they remembered the story of the elephant who had saved a zebra, and they felt braver. If you want to be like the elephant and be strong and helpful, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to be like Echo, don't forget to be kind and helpful to others. If you want to be like the leopard, be strong and independent. And if you want to be like the hyena or the jackal, well, I guess you can just be mean. But honestly, who wants to be mean? Thank you for watching and joining me in the jungle. Remember, you are awesome.